Galactic Council, stunned by Earth's fierce counterattack, the exploration ship moved slowly through the dark space between the stars. The ship was part of a small human fleet sent from Earth to study nearby systems and open peaceful contact. Captain Ethan Clark stood on the command deck, watching the soft glow of distant stars on the main screen. He was calm, but he knew this mission was important for humanity. Ethan Clark had served in space for many years. He believed that patience and clear thinking were more useful than power. Around him, the crew worked quietly. Each person understood that they were traveling farther than most humans had ever gone before. Ryan Brooks sat at the tactical station. He was focused and serious, always watching for danger even during peaceful missions. Ryan believed that space was beautiful but never safe. He trusted the ship's systems, but he trusted preparation even more. At the communications station, Lily Adams adjusted the signal filters. She was skilled at languages and signal patterns. Over the past year, she had helped decode several unknown transmissions from deep space. She enjoyed the challenge of hearing voices from civilizations humanity had never met. "Captain," Lily said gently, "long-range sensors are picking up structured signals. They are repeating in a pattern." Ethan walked closer to her console. "Natural or artificial?" "Artificial," Lily replied. "Definitely intelligent." Ryan looked up. "Could be a patrol." The bridge became quieter. No one panicked, but everyone became more alert. Ethan nodded. "Open a wideband greeting, standard peaceful message." Lily sent the message. It included basic mathematics, human language samples, and a simple statement of peaceful intent. For several minutes there was no response. Then the stars ahead seemed to bend slightly. 3 large ships appeared. They did not arrive like human ships. They seemed to slide into space instead of jumping. Their surfaces were smooth and curved, glowing with soft blue lines. The ships were much larger than Ethan expected. Ryan leaned forward. "Those ships are heavily armed." Ethan kept his voice steady. "Hold defensive posture only, no weapons targeting." Lily spoke again. "Incoming signal translating." A strange tone filled the bridge. The translator system worked quickly. Then a calm artificial voice spoke in basic English. "Unknown vessels, you are entering regulated space." "Identify your origin," Ethan answered clearly. "This is the Earth Exploration Fleet. We come in peace and request diplomatic contact." There was a pause, then the voice returned. "Stand by, escort will begin." The 3 alien ships moved into formation around the human fleet. They did not aim weapons, but their presence was powerful. Ryan quietly said, "They're guiding us somewhere." Ethan nodded. "Let's see where." Hours passed as the fleet traveled through controlled routes. Lily continued to record signals while Ryan studied the escort ship's energy patterns. "They're advanced," Ryan said, "much more advanced than us." Ethan did not look surprised. Humanity had expected this. Finally, space ahead began to glow with light from hundreds of ships and structures. Lily's eyes widened. "Captain, I think we found it." The main screen displayed a massive structure floating near a bright star. It looked like a giant ring surrounded by thousands of ships. Stations and platforms moved in organized patterns. It was larger than any structure humanity had ever built. Ethan spoke quietly. "A central hub," Ryan added, "or a capital." Soon, a new message arrived. "Human fleet, you are approaching the Galactic Council assembly zone. Power down heavy systems and prepare for diplomatic processing." Lily repeated the words slowly. "Galactic Council." The phrase stayed in the air. Humanity was not alone. Humanity had entered a much larger community. The ships were guided toward a docking platform designed for visiting fleets. Automated signals helped the human ships align safely. Once docked, a human diplomatic team prepared to travel to the council chamber. Lucas Gray adjusted his formal uniform while reviewing his notes. He was one of Earth's lead diplomats for first contact missions. Calm and thoughtful, Lucas believed understanding was more powerful than fear. Standing near him was Ava Collins, another diplomat known for her sharp observation skills. Ava always noticed details others missed. "This place is huge," Ava said quietly. Lucas smiled slightly. "Which means politics will also be huge." Nearby, intelligence officer Megan Hart studied data flowing from the ship's scanners. Megan specialized in pattern recognition. She noticed movement trends and behavioral clues. "So many species," Megan said, "and they're all organized." Lucas looked at her. "Do you see anything concerning?" "Not yet," Megan answered. but I do see structure, and structure means power. The diplomatic team boarded a transport vessel sent by the Council. The craft moved smoothly through traffic lanes filled with ships of many shapes and colors. Some ships were sharp and angular. Others looked organic, like living creatures made of metal. Soft light signals flashed everywhere. Ava watched carefully. They've been doing this for a long time. Lucas nodded. We are the new ones. The transport entered the central ring structure and landed inside a large chamber. The doors opened slowly. Several tall alien figures waited. They were different in shape, color, and size. Some had smooth skin. Others had layered armor-like surfaces. A few floated slightly above the ground using unknown technology. A translation field activated automatically. One of the aliens stepped forward. Welcome, representatives of Earth. You are now guests of the Galactic Council. Lucas gave a respectful nod. We thank you for receiving us. The human team followed their guides through wide corridors filled with soft, glowing light. Transparent walls showed the star outside, shining across the massive structure. After several minutes, they entered the council chamber. The room was enormous. Circular platforms rose in layers, each holding representatives from different species. Hundreds of eyes turned toward the human delegation. For a brief moment, the room became quiet. Ava felt the weight of that silence. Humanity was being studied. Lucas stepped forward to the center platform. A council voice spoke. Species designation, human. Origin, planet Earth. Status, emerging interstellar civilization. The words were calm, but the tone felt distant. Lucas began his prepared speech. He spoke about Earth's history, humanity's growth, and their desire for peaceful cooperation. Many council members listened carefully. Others did not. Some spoke quietly among themselves. Ava noticed this quickly. They don't see us as equals, she whispered to Megan. Megan nodded slightly. Not yet. When Lucas finished speaking, another council voice responded. Human civilization shows early-stage technological development. Integration level, limited. The statement was simple, but the meaning was clear. Humanity was considered weak. The Council allowed Earth-limited trade access and restricted movement through major travel routes. Officially, this was called protective guidance. Unofficially, it meant control. After the session ended, the human team returned to their ship. The mood was calm but thoughtful. Ryan met Ethan on the bridge. How did it go? Ethan looked toward Lucas. Lucas answered honestly. They are polite, but they do not respect us. Ryan crossed his arms. I expected that. Ava sat down quietly. They believe we are too new, Megan spoke next, and that makes us predictable. Ethan looked at her carefully. Do you think that's dangerous? Megan paused. Yes. Later that day, Megan continued reviewing council traffic data. She noticed something unusual. Certain fleets were moving more often near human border regions. The movement was subtle. It was not aggressive enough to be called a threat, but it was organized. Megan walked quickly to Ethan's office. Captain, I need to show you something. Ethan studied the data projections. These fleets, they are repositioning. Megan nodded. Yes, slowly, quietly. Ryan joined them. Training exercises? Ryan asked. Megan shook her head. No. Supply lines are also shifting. Ethan understood immediately. Preparation. The room became quiet. Lucas arrived soon after. Ethan explained the situation. Lucas listened carefully. The council just classified us as weak. That information spreads fast. Ava added, someone may want to test that assumption. No one spoke for several seconds. Finally, Ethan said calmly, then we prepare. Over the next few days, the human fleet remained docked while diplomatic procedures continued. But inside the ships, activity increased. Ryan reviewed defensive protocols. Lily upgraded signal monitoring systems. Megan tracked every unusual movement near human space. Ethan sent a secure report back to Earth. The message was clear. Humanity was not in immediate danger, but the situation was changing. One evening, Lily detected a faint encrypted transmission moving across council networks. It was heavily masked, but parts of it became visible for less than a second. She called Megan immediately. I caught something strange. Megan studied the signal fragments. It was not standard council communication. It contained tactical formatting, coordinates, timelines. Megan's expression became serious. This isn't diplomacy. Ethan was informed within minutes. Ryan read the decoded fragments. These coordinates, they're close to our outer colonies. The realization settled slowly but heavily. Ava spoke softly. They're not planning to talk. Lucas looked toward the star outside the station window. They're planning to test us. Ethan stood quietly for a moment. He had hoped humanity would have more time, but hope was not a strategy. He turned toward Ryan. Begin silent readiness procedures. Ryan nodded immediately. Lily continued scanning signals. Megan kept analyzing patterns. Lucas and Ava prepared diplomatic responses while also planning emergency evacuation routes. The human fleet remained calm on the outside, but inside everything was changing. Far beyond the council station, unknown ships continued moving through the dark. They moved slowly, carefully, quietly, and they were moving toward human space. The silence in human space did not last long. Weeks after the council visit, small colonies at the edge of known human territory reported strange activity. Mining stations that had been quiet for years suddenly stopped sending data. Outposts near asteroid belts reported ships moving near their sensor zones, but they vanished before a human fleet could respond. Commander Owen Carter, in charge of outer colony defense, reviewed the reports. He had served in space for over 20 years and had seen many strange events, but something about these movements felt different. He gathered his officers in the command room of the fleet base. "We've got unusual activity near the Rhea Belt," Owen said. "Signals appear, then disappear. Ships report shadows moving across their scanners. This is not normal." Lieutenant Nathan Cole, a young but sharp officer, spoke up. "Sir, could it be council patrols?" "Maybe routine checks?" Owen shook his head. "No, these readings don't match council patterns. They are deliberate, targeted, and strategic. Someone is probing us." Meanwhile, back on Earth, Captain Ethan Clark received reports from Megan Hart. She had been monitoring signals from the council and near human borders. She sat in the communications hub, eyes fixed on multiple screens. "Captain," Megan said, her voice tense, "I've noticed unusual patterns from the edge of our systems. It looks like they are coordinating something. I don't think it's a drill." Ethan stood beside her, arms crossed. "How soon could it happen?" Megan tapped a few keys and studied the readings. "Within days, possibly hours. They are moving fast." Ryan Brooks looked at the data with narrowed eyes. "They've done this before, haven't they? Coordinated strikes?" Megan shook her head. "Not exactly, not like this. They've never underestimated a species like us, not before." Ethan exhaled slowly. "Then they are about to make a big mistake." Human command immediately shifted into action. Earth authorized full defensive mobilization. Shipyards that had been focused on exploration and trade shifted to military production. Engineers worked day and night, converting cargo vessels into support ships, adding experimental shields, and installing adaptive weapons designed to respond to multiple threats. Caleb Stone, a lead engineer, oversaw the rapid upgrades. He was young but brilliant, known for creating unconventional solutions to complex problems. "These weapons aren't perfect yet," he told Ethan when he visited the shipyards. "But they can respond to attacks faster than any traditional system. If they hit us, we can fight back." Ethan nodded. "Good, we'll need every advantage. How soon can they be ready?" "2 days," Caleb replied. "If we push the crews harder, maybe 24 hours." Back at the outer colonies, Commander Owen Carter readied defensive fleets. "Deploy patrol drones along the borders," he ordered. "Keep them invisible, but watch every jump point." Lieutenant Nathan Cole nodded. "Yes, sir. Drones are ready. Patrol routes set." Despite all preparations, the first attacks began unexpectedly. Alien ships appeared near mining colonies without warning. They were fast, silent, and precise. Communications were jammed and several stations were destroyed before human fleets could respond. Commander Owen watched as reports flooded in. "We're being tested," he muttered. "This is not an invasion, it's a warning, but they don't know what they've started." Back on Ethan Clark's ship, the captain prepared his crew for counterattack. "They think we are weak," he said. "They will pay for that mistake." Ryan Brooks studied the fleet's tactical maps. "They've spread their forces out. They think they can overwhelm our colonies one by one." Lily Adams monitored communications. "They're not talking, just signals to coordinate attacks. They want to keep us guessing." Ethan turned to Megan. "Can you find their command ship?" Megan studied sensor data carefully. "It's difficult. They're masking their presence, but I've found patterns. Their logistics and supply lines are vulnerable. If we strike there, we can slow their attacks." Ethan nodded. "Good, prepare the counterattack plan." Ryan, you coordinate the fleet. Lily, monitor their signals. Megan, track every movement. We hit them hard and fast. The human fleet moved into position. They abandoned predictable defensive patterns, instead using speed and surprise. Human ships did not just defend. They attacked supply convoys, communication relays, and transport ships. Alien forces were confused. They expected hesitation, but humans were aggressive and unpredictable. Ryan Brooks gave orders from the tactical station. Split the fleet into 3 groups. Group 1 hits the supply lines. Group 2 distracts their main fleet. Group 3 targets jump points. The attacks began. Human ships moved quickly through asteroid belts and nebulae to stay hidden. Drones were launched to jam enemy sensors and feed false signals. Aliens struggled to keep their formations. Megan Hart worked frantically in the communications hub. "We've identified the main command carrier," she said. "It's in the Typhon system. If we strike there, we can break their coordination." Ethan Clark studied the map. "That's where we go. Ryan, plot the fastest route. We need to hit them before they recover." The fleet moved at full speed. Every crew member knew the risk. The alien ships outnumbered them, but humans used superior tactics. Caleb Stone's adaptive shields allowed human ships to withstand energy blasts that would have destroyed standard ships. Modular weapons systems adjusted automatically to alien frequencies. Civilian industries had produced thousands of drones, now deployed across the battlefield. The first human strike hit the alien supply convoy. Ships were disabled or destroyed, leaving the enemy fleet with fewer resources. Confusion spread quickly among alien commanders. They were not used to an opponent who attacked unpredictably and adapted quickly. Lily Adams intercepted alien signals, feeding critical information to Ryan and Ethan. "They're trying to regroup," she said. "I can feed false coordinates to slow them." Ryan smiled. "Good, use it." Megan Hart guided the strike fleet toward the command carrier. "They've left it lightly defended," she noted. "They assume we won't risk a deep strike." Ethan Clark nodded. "Then we take that risk." The human fleet moved quickly through the Typhon system. Alien sensors detected them too late. Humans attacked from multiple directions, coordinating drone swarms, precision strikes, and adaptive fire. The command carrier was hit directly. Systems failed. Alien coordination broke down completely. Fleet movements became chaotic. Small alien ships fled in panic. Meanwhile, diplomats Lucas Gray and Ava Collins worked tirelessly to communicate with neutral council species. "We need allies," Lucas said. "Even a small amount can make a difference." Ava contacted a few species known for valuing bravery and innovation. Reports from neutral ships soon began to arrive, offering limited assistance and intelligence. Human fleets used these advantages to push the attackers back from multiple systems. They reclaimed outer colonies and restored communications. Humans were careful to avoid unnecessary destruction of planets or habitats. Their goal was not revenge, but to show strength. Owen Carter led a separate fleet in a diversionary attack, drawing alien reinforcements away from the main fleet. His bold maneuvers created confusion, allowing Ethan's main strike group to reach vital targets without interference. "Every move counts," Owen said over the comm. "Keep pressure on them. Do not let them recover." Ethan's fleet moved quickly from system to system, hitting weak points and cutting off supply lines. The aliens had expected humans to be slow and cautious. Instead, humans moved decisively, showing creativity and coordination beyond what the Council had predicted. Back on Earth, civilians followed the news with amazement. Messages from outer colonies described human fleets striking deep into alien formations, saving settlements, and disabling key enemy ships. Engineers and scientists celebrated their technology working in real conditions. Caleb Stone smiled as he watched simulations of the battles. "They thought we were slow learners," he said. "They were wrong." Lily Adams intercepted a new alien transmission. "They're confused," she said. "They are trying to figure out what we are doing." Megan Hart analyzed battle patterns. "They are underestimating us. We can continue to push." Ethan Clark addressed the crew. "This is what happens when humanity refuses to be weak. We adapt, we fight, we survive." Ryan Brooks added, "And we do it together." Every ship, every person counts. As the human fleet continued its counterattacks, alien forces were increasingly desperate. Commanders tried to reorganize, but humans had already disrupted key systems. Communications between enemy ships failed, reinforcements arrived too late, and supply lines were broken. Every victory, small or large, reinforced human confidence. Outer colonies were saved, ships were repaired, and civilians continued their work in support of the fleet. The human response was not just military, it was a combined effort of strategy, technology, and courage. The aliens had expected an easy victory. They assumed that humans would surrender quickly, as other species often did when faced with overwhelming force. Instead, humans struck back with ingenuity, speed, and coordination. Ethan Clark looked at the tactical map. "We've done what many thought impossible, but this is only the beginning. They will regroup and we must be ready." Ryan Brooks replied, "Then we stay one step ahead. They won't catch us off guard again." Megan Hart continued monitoring signals, tracing alien movements, and providing intelligence. "Every pattern we see now is part of their plan. We can anticipate it before they act." Lily Adams added, "And we can disrupt it faster than they can recover. They thought we were weak. They were wrong." The human fleet moved like a single organism. Each ship, each officer, each crew member acted with purpose. Their unity and creativity were their greatest weapons. Back on the front lines, Commander Owen Carter prepared for the next phase. "We've slowed them down. Now we push further. The counterattack must continue until they understand that Earth is not to be underestimated." The human fleet continued striking alien positions, reclaiming territory, and protecting their colonies. Alien forces, for the first time, felt real fear. They had faced humans before only in observation, never in full battle. And humans had proven to be clever, fast, and relentless. The stage was set. Humanity had begun its fierce counterattack, and the galaxy would soon notice that Earth was not a weak player to be pushed aside. Humans had turned defense into attack, weakness into strategy, and surprise into power. Ethan Clark looked at the stars ahead. "Let's finish what we started. Show them that humanity fights for its home and we will not be broken." The ships moved forward, prepared for the battles yet to come. The human counterattack had begun, and it was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. The human fleet moved swiftly through space, following the patterns Megan Hart had traced. Every ship was ready. Every crew member understood the stakes. Ethan Clark stood on the bridge watching the screens. The aliens had expected hesitation, but humans never hesitated. They acted with precision and courage. Ryan Brooks studied the tactical maps. "They've regrouped," he said. "But their formations are weak. Their supply lines are still broken. If we strike hard, we can finish the first wave." Ethan nodded. "Then we strike full speed." The fleet split into 3 groups as planned. Group 1 would target alien supply stations, cutting off food, fuel, and ammunition. Group 2 would distract the main fleet, keeping them occupied and unable to reorganize. Group 3, the main strike group led by Ethan himself, would move deep into enemy territory, aiming for the command carrier. Lily Adams monitored alien signals, feeding real-time data to Ryan and Ethan. "They are trying to predict our moves," she said. "But we are unpredictable. We're moving too fast for them to adjust." Megan Hart worked tirelessly in the intelligence hub. "I've calculated their weak points," she told Ethan. "They're leaving several systems lightly defended. We can take advantage of that." Ethan turned to her. "Good, prepare the strike coordinates and send them to the teams. We hit all targets simultaneously." The human ships moved like shadows through asteroid fields and nebula clouds. Their paths were hidden and their movements unexpected. Alien fleets were caught off guard again and again. Every strike disrupted alien supply chains and communication lines. The aliens had assumed that humans would act slowly, predictably, but humanity had turned speed and creativity into weapons. The first group, led by Commander Owen Carter, struck the supply stations. Small human ships moved with speed and precision. Drones jammed enemy sensors and created false signals. Supply stations were destroyed, and enemy reinforcements could not arrive in time. "This is going well," Owen said to his officers. "Keep pressure on them. Do not let them regroup." In the main strike group, Ethan Clark moved toward the command carrier. He used stealth routes through asteroid belts, avoiding detection until the last moment. Human ships emerged in multiple directions, surrounding the enemy. Ryan Brooks coordinated the attack from the tactical station. "Now," he said, "all ships fire at once. Target the carrier's shield generators first." Energy beams and missiles struck the carrier. The shields flickered and failed. Systems inside the alien ship began to collapse. Confusion spread across enemy forces. They had expected to face humans cautiously, but instead humans attacked boldly and smartly. Megan Hart monitored enemy communication attempts. "Their coordination is breaking down," she reported. "They can't communicate between fleets. Their formations are collapsing." Meanwhile, Lucas Gray and Ava Collins worked with neutral council species to provide intelligence support. Small numbers of ships and specialists joined the human fleets, offering vital guidance and information. Their presence bolstered human confidence and gave new insight into enemy weaknesses. "Every ally counts," Lucas said quietly. "Even if it's just a little help, it changes the battlefield," Ava nodded. "They see humans as bold, not weak. That makes a difference." Back at the Typhon system, the human strike group focused on the alien command carrier. The ship tried to escape, but human forces were faster. Drones jammed its navigation and shields, while precision strikes disabled engines and weapons. "This is it," Ethan said calmly. "Push forward." The carrier's systems failed completely. Alien commanders panicked. Without the command ship, fleets moved without direction. Human ships took full advantage, attacking from unexpected angles, cutting off escape routes and disabling weapons. Ryan Brooks guided the fleet with skill. "Converge on the remaining enemy ships," he said. "Do not let them recover." Small alien ships tried to flee, but human ships anticipated their paths. Every move was calculated. Every action disrupted enemy plans. Alien forces had never faced an opponent who could adapt so quickly and strike with such precision. In the outer systems, Commander Owen Carter continued his diversionary strikes. His fleet drew reinforcements away from the main targets, keeping the enemy off balance. Supply lines were cut, stations destroyed, and communication networks disrupted. "Good work, Owen," Ethan said over the comm. "Keep them distracted, do not let them reorganize." Meanwhile, Caleb Stone monitored adaptive weapon systems from Earth. He watched how his technology performed in real battles. "They're using the systems perfectly," he said. "Human ingenuity and training make the difference." Lily Adams intercepted alien signals again. "They're trying to communicate now," she said. "But it's too late. We control the battlefield." Megan Hart analyzed battle patterns. "They underestimated humans. They assumed we would act slowly, predictably, like other civilizations they've encountered. We've shown them we are fast, smart, and coordinated." Ethan Clark looked at the tactical map. Multiple enemy ships were disabled or fleeing. Supply lines were destroyed. Communication channels were cut. Colonies were safe. Human fleets had struck decisively and with precision. Ryan Brooks smiled. "They're panicking. They didn't expect this level of coordination." Ethan nodded. "We've done what many thought impossible, but we must remain vigilant." They will regroup. In the council chamber, news of human success spread quickly. Representatives of other species watched with surprise and interest. Humans were no longer considered weak or insignificant. Their tactics, speed, and coordination showed a level of intelligence and bravery that few had expected. Lucas Gray recorded reports of the battle. "They see what humans are capable of," he said. "Our people have earned respect, even from those who underestimated us." Ava Collins watched the reports, and that respect changes everything. Humans are now a serious power in the galaxy. Back in human space, Ethan Clark addressed his fleet. "We have won this phase, but the fight is not over. Stay ready, stay alert. Show them that humanity will never back down." Ryan Brooks added, "Every ship, every crew member, every civilian contributes. We act as one, and that is our greatest strength." Megan Hart continued monitoring enemy signals. "Their fleets are scattered. They are regrouping, but we know their movements. We can stay ahead of them." Lily Adams worked tirelessly at her station. "We can anticipate their moves, disrupt them before they act. They thought we were weak. They were wrong." The human fleet moved as one, striking from multiple angles, cutting off enemy retreats and reclaiming territory. Every move was calculated and executed perfectly. Alien forces struggled to respond. Their plans had failed, and their expectation of easy victory was shattered. Owen Carter led his fleet on continued strikes. "We push further," he said. "Show them that humanity cannot be intimidated or defeated easily." The human counterattack continued with precision and courage. Alien ships were destroyed or forced to retreat. Colonies were protected. Supplies and communication networks were restored. Ethan Clark watched the stars ahead. "We have proven our strength," he said, But the galaxy is vast. There are more challenges ahead. We must stay vigilant and ready. Ryan Brooks responded, and we will. Humanity does not back down. We adapt, we fight, and we win. Megan Hart continued monitoring, tracking, and analyzing. Every pattern we see is part of their plan, but now we know the plan and we can disrupt it before it starts. Lily Adams smiled slightly. They underestimated us and they will pay for that mistake. The human fleet moved forward, ready for whatever came next. They had struck with courage and precision, showing the galaxy that humanity was not weak. Their counterattack was fierce, smart, and unstoppable. The stars ahead were full of danger, but humanity was ready. Together, they had proven their strength, and nothing could stop them from protecting their home. The battle was not just about survival. It was a demonstration that humans were a force to be reckoned with. Every ship, every crew member, every civilian had contributed to this victory. The aliens had learned a lesson. Humanity was unpredictable, fast, and united. They had shown that even against stronger enemies, courage, intelligence, and determination could turn the tide. Ethan Clarke looked at the stars and spoke quietly to himself. We fight not because we want war, but because we must, and we will never be broken. The fleet moved forward, ready for the next challenge. Humanity had taken the first major step in its fierce counterattack, and the galaxy would never forget it. And basic English, use simple and basic English, and without hating, the galaxy had never seen humans fight like this. News of the counterattack spread quickly through Council networks. The Council had expected Earth to surrender. They had assumed humans were weak, slow, and predictable. Instead, reports showed the human fleet striking with precision, defending colonies and disabling key enemy ships. Representatives of many species were stunned. Captain Ethan Clarke stood on the bridge of his flagship, watching alien ships retreat across the sensor grids. His crew was busy, but the mood on the ship was calm. There was no celebration yet. This was only the beginning of humanity proving its strength. Ryan Brooks studied the tactical screens. They're retreating in confusion. Their formations are broken. Supply lines are destroyed. Ethan nodded. They underestimated us. That was their mistake. We've shown them that humans are not weak. Megan Hart continued analyzing enemy signals. The main command structures are offline. Their fleets are scattered. They don't know where to regroup. Lily Adams worked at her communications station. I'm sending reports back to Earth. People will see that we defended our colonies and struck back. This changes everything. Owen Carter's fleet returned from the diversionary strikes. We've pushed them further than expected, he said. The colonies are safe and enemy ships are damaged or retreating. Ethan looked at Owen. Good work. Our teamwork made the difference. Every ship, every crew member contributed. Far away in the council chamber, representatives watched the battle reports. Alien diplomats whispered among themselves. Their faces showed surprise, confusion, and even fear. They had assumed humans would be cautious and slow. Instead, humans had acted boldly and decisively. Lucas Gray presented the full report from human fleets. He explained the strategies, the rapid adaptation, and the careful coordination that humans used. He emphasized that the strength of humans was not just technology, but intelligence, creativity, and unity. The council listened quietly. Many species had never seen a civilization respond so effectively to overwhelming odds. Some members exchanged worried glances. Others leaned forward, curious about what humans might do next. Ava Collins added her observations. Humanity is capable of rapid learning and adaptation. They respond to threats in ways no other species has anticipated. They are clever, bold, and united. One of the elder council members, a tall being with translucent skin, spoke. It appears that humans are not a species to be underestimated. Their response to aggression is remarkable. Another council member, a being with multiple arms and eyes, nodded. We assumed they would surrender under pressure. They have proven otherwise. Back on the human fleet, Ethan Clarke prepared for the next phase. We've disrupted their fleets, saved our colonies, and disabled their command systems, but we must remain ready. They will try to regroup and strike again. Ryan Brooks leaned over the tactical table. We can anticipate their moves now. Their patterns are clear and we can counter them before they act. Megan Hart added, we have their communication logs, their supply data, and movement patterns. They cannot surprise us again. Lily Adams monitored new council transmissions. Neutral species are beginning to take notice. Some are sending support or at least intelligence. They see humanity as a force, not just a curiosity. Ethan nodded. Good, that will help. We fight to protect, not to conquer, but we will show that we are strong. In outer human colonies, civilians celebrated cautiously. They had feared the worst, but the fleet's reports gave hope. Communities rebuilt damaged facilities, repaired ships, and restored communication networks. Engineers and scientists worked tirelessly to improve defenses further. Caleb Stone oversaw upgrades on Earth and in key colonies. We've seen how effective adaptive systems are in battle, he said. We can make them even better. Humans will be prepared for the future. Meanwhile, alien fleets attempted to reorganize. Commanders argued among themselves. Some wanted to retreat further, while others insisted on trying another strike. They did not understand humans. They could not predict the boldness and speed of the human response. Megan Hart studied intercepted signals. They're confused and fearful. They don't know how to act. Their plans are failing. Ryan Brooks added, we must use that confusion, keep the pressure on them without overextending ourselves. Ethan Clark addressed the fleet. We have proven that humanity can fight with courage and intelligence. Now we must show that we can act with discipline and strategy. Every move counts. Stay alert, stay coordinated, and protect what is ours. Human fleets continued patrols, moving quickly to secure outer colonies and trade routes. Supply stations were repaired and fortified. Communication networks were restored and upgraded to prevent future interference. Humans had learned from the attacks and were prepared to respond even faster next time. In the council chamber, debate continued. Representatives discussed the unexpected results. Many species began to respect humans, while others realized that future interactions with Earth required caution. Humans had shown that even a small, newly interstellar species could challenge larger, older civilizations when united and clever. Lucas Gray spoke to a group of council diplomats. Humanity is not a threat by nature, but they will defend their home with all their strength. They learn quickly, adapt rapidly, and act decisively. This is not a species to be underestimated. Ava Collins added, their courage and coordination are remarkable. They protect their own and fight with intelligence and purpose. Back on the human flagship, Ethan Clark reviewed battle reports. We have disrupted their command. We have saved our colonies. We have demonstrated our strength to the galaxy, but the fight is not over. We must remain ready for whatever comes next. Owen Carter returned to the main fleet. Our ships are in good condition and the colonies are safe. The enemy fleets are retreating. We've done well. Ethan smiled. Yes, humanity has shown its courage and intelligence. Every crew member, every officer, every civilian contributed. That is what makes us strong. Megan Hart continued monitoring alien signals. They are still trying to recover. Their confusion is obvious. We can anticipate their next moves. Lily Adams added, neutral species are beginning to contact us. They want to learn from our tactics and share intelligence. Our success is spreading through the galaxy. Ethan Clark turned to the fleet. We fought not because we wanted war, but because we had to defend our home. Humanity will continue to learn, to grow, and to protect what is ours. The galaxy has seen our strength, and they will remember it. The stars ahead were quiet for the moment, but humans knew that peace was fragile. They had defended their colonies, defeated enemy fleets, and disrupted command systems. They had shown the galaxy that humanity was not weak. Ryan Brooks looked at the stars. They will try again. But we are ready. We know their patterns now. They cannot surprise us. Megan Hart monitored all communications. Every signal tells us their movements. We can disrupt them before they act. Lily Adams added, and every victory proves our point. Humans fight with intelligence, courage, and unity. Ethan Clark addressed the fleet one last time before they returned to patrol and defense. We have defended humanity. We have shown that we are strong. But our work is never done. Stay alert, stay united, and remember why we fight. The galaxy will learn that humanity cannot be underestimated. The fleet moved forward, ready for new challenges. Humans had taken the first major step in securing their place in the galaxy. Their fierce counterattack had changed the Council's perception, earned respect from allies, and demonstrated that Earth's people could defend themselves against even the strongest threats. Civilian engineers and scientists continued working to improve technology. Colonies repaired damaged facilities. Ships were upgraded and strengthened. Humans had proven that their courage and intelligence were their greatest weapons. Back on the council station, observers watched human fleets with new understanding. They realized that humans were not weak, not easily intimidated, and capable of remarkable adaptation. Humanity had changed the balance of power, and the galaxy had taken notice. Ethan Clarke stood quietly on the bridge, looking at the stars. "We fight because we must, and we will never back down. We defend our home, our people, and our future. The galaxy will not forget what humanity can do." Ryan Brooks smiled. "We've shown them what humans are capable of. Now we stay ready for whatever comes next." Megan Hart nodded. "We can see their moves before they make them. They cannot surprise us again." Lily Adams added, "And every success strengthens our place in the galaxy. Humans are not weak. We are strong, united, and clever." Owen Carter spoke from the comm. "The colonies are safe. The enemy fleets are scattered. Humanity has won this phase." Ethan Clarke looked ahead. "Yes, we have won, but we remain vigilant. The galaxy is vast and challenges will come. We must always be ready." The fleet moved forward. Every ship, every crew member, every civilian contributed to the victory. Humans had defended their home, struck with precision, and demonstrated their strength. The Council was stunned, aliens were cautious, and neutral species were impressed. Humanity had earned its place among the stars. Ethan Clarke stood quietly, thinking of the battles yet to come. "The galaxy has learned a lesson," he said. "Never underestimate humanity. We fight, we adapt, and we survive, and we will continue to do so." The human fleet sailed through the stars, ready for whatever challenge came next. They had proven themselves, and the galaxy had noticed. Earth was no longer a small, weak world. Humanity had shown its courage, its intelligence, and its unity. The counterattack had been fierce, and the galaxy would never forget it. Every ship moved forward, every crew member ready, every civilian contributing. Humans had protected their home, reclaimed their colonies, and shown the galaxy that they were strong. The story of Earth's fierce counterattack had begun, and it would continue. The galaxy had learned that humans were not to be underestimated. The stars ahead were bright, full of opportunity and danger, but humanity was ready. They had proven their strength, defended their home, and earned respect. The human fleet moved forward, united and powerful, ready for the challenges yet to come. The Council had been stunned. The galaxy had been warned. Humanity had begun its rise among the stars, and nothing could stop it.